Welcome back, Wastelanders, to a kind of special video. As you saw in the beginning there, this is my 50th settlement video. Not my 50th video, but my 50th video all about settlements, whether it's been tutorials or actually visiting settlements. I am not counting the few videos I did years ago when this game first came out, because they're terrible, and I wasn't speaking back then, and just awful. So, I mean, if you want to see some tragedy and some dumpster fire material, go watch those from 7, 8 years ago. But otherwise, let's jump right into this. So, as you can see from the title, we are at Hangman's Alley. But we're not anywhere near Hangman's Alley. We are way outside, and you know me and my videos, I definitely like to break borders. And last time I did this settlement, I did pretty much exactly the same thing. I built way outside of it, except this time now I'm on PC, and I went buck wild. As you can see right from the beginning here, we got a couple of wind turbines and a giant Ferris wheel, all of which do not normally exist, nor does this wall or any of this barricade stuff. And let's go ahead and jump right into this and see what the heck is going on. So, I have broken this settlement up into, I think, like 4 different districts. As you can see from the sign pointing that way, we have the alley district and the tunnel district. We also have Uptown, which is up there, and we have the dockside, which is down here. So, since we are down here, we're just going to start right here with the dockside. And so, right up here, we got a couple of security towers, or I should say 1 security tower. I think initially I had 2, but it wasn't fitting, and I didn't want to lose the lighting and all that, so I just got rid of it. Down here we have water purification. I built a little walled-in section here that I think initially I was going to make a pool or something out of it, and no matter what I did, it just not look right. So I decided to get rid of it. We do have our little wind turbines here providing some power to our water purification and water generation. So that's basically what this became, is a giant walled-in section for drinkable water for the whole place. And this is actually water provided by SOE. If you look over here, it's a slightly different color, and the elevation of the water is much, much higher. I love that mod. Has a lot of really, really cool things into it. So what I basically did is I came over here and removed this little section of guardrail and created that. And so coming on down here, I didn't do too much with this, just put in a few little decorations. If you remember the last time I did Hangman's Alley, put a little visitor center over here. Yeah, I don't really know why. It was just something I did, something kind of stupid and corny, but whatever. So up there you can get a nice little glimpse of Uptown, and if you're really familiar with the area, you know that that building there is quite different, and we'll get into that very shortly. First things first, we do have tickets for sale to ride the Ferris wheel. You can come over to this guy and
track of how many blisters I got.
And hear all about his blisters. And so anyway, you can't really interact with him because he is just a guard. I decided not to make him a merchant. I don't know why, but that's just kind of what I did. So down here we have some new docks that I built into this place. Got a little boat here with complete with a little ship's wheel over there. We have some fishing supplies and basic stuff that you would see at the dock, nettings and barrels and whatnot. I do have a mod called, I think it's called Boats, something along those lines, that I was able to get one of the the sailboat from Far Harbor. Can't go in it, can't really do anything with it. It is basically just for show. There actually is a mod out there that has made this into like a player's home, which is really, really cool. You can go inside it. I did not know of it when I first started using this one, so that's why we have the fairly boring one right there. Over here we have one of our other entryways. Just a basic door that I threw in here just to kind of close off the settlement. And if you remember my other settlement, or I should say my other Hangman's Alley video, I kind of did this whole same thing here. I built a little house underneath the bridge and made it a part of it. This time though, I upgraded everything, made it much more nicer looking, a little more sophisticated. In here, basic living space. We have a nice little couch provided by, what is that mod? It'll come to me later. If not, I'll just put it up on the screen. Anyway, So yeah, basic little kitchen. We have a nice little outhouse, complete with a steaming hot bathtub. Whoa, and we are getting some trippiness here. Alright, that was fun. Don't know what the heck caused that, but that was weird. Anywho, so we put up a little bit of fencing here. We actually do have a little bit of a walk-around deck that just kind of ends over here just so they can see where the raiders were. Of course, I had to go in and snuff them all out because they were nothing but trouble. Alright, so, back to the Ferris wheel. We actually can ride the Ferris wheel, and yes, it does move. We have our little queue here, complete with a little space to actually hop on into this thing, and if we activate it, we can actually go for a ride. So this is a good way to get a little kind of aerial view of what's to come. I mean, you can see just a little bit. Oh, we are actually really glitching hard. I don't really know what in the world is causing that. But it's a Bethesda game. I mean, you know, what do you expect? So anyway, you can see a little bit more of Uptown up there. You can see I really decided to take advantage of the rooftops up there. That's something I've been wanting to do for the longest time. I've always wanted to build settlements up on the rooftops of all the buildings downtown Boston down here. Alright, so let's move along and see what we got going on over here. So, as I mentioned before, this building here normally does not exist. There is one that is normally in its place, and I did kind of what I did on the PlayStation build and removed sections of it and was able to get into it. But in this case, I went a little bit crazier. And I don't know why this wall is still here. This actually, I had replaced that with something, but I guess it must have been an older save because this is supposed to be completely walled off, but whatever. We'll pretend that it is. So, I took the apartment sign from the front of the building over there and made this into a very nice upscaled apartment building that faces the dockside. So we come in here, we have stairs leading upstairs, of course, because that's what stairs do. We have ourselves a little studio apartment, kitchen, living room, and bedroom all kind of in one. Nice little bathroom with some steaming hot water. And if we come along here, stairs, of course, as I said, do lead places up and down. We have another apartment right over in here, kind of same idea, a little bit more of living space on this one, but same thing. We got ourselves a little studio apartment with, oops, wrong door. There we go. There's the bathroom, complete with a glitching toilet. So we'll just move along. Nothing to see here. And yeah, all these stairways and floors and whatnot was all provided by Snappy Builds, Snappy Housekits. Very versatile mod. So here we are on the top floor. This is the penthouse that has the nice glass roof, pretty much the entire place, and we do have a little bit of a view into the alley, and can't really see too much, but I definitely got a lot planned for you folks. I went, like I said, absolutely nuts with this place. I spent countless hours putting this whole thing together. So over in here we have our little private bedroom, complete with fancy bed. Oh, just made it past the door. And, nope, maybe it's over here. There we go, here's the bathroom. Got ourselves a nice little special shower that's provided by AK Build Menu. I do kind of sort of know the modder a little bit personally, and he's the one that helped me out with the Ghostbuster build, and very awesome modder, awesome person, very helpful. Thank you again for all of your hard work. Alright. Let's get out of here and continue on. So, now you've basically seen this part, which is, like I said, called Dockside. Got some more doors up here, again, just to kind of wall things off and give us some bit of security. Of course, we do have some turrets out here for protection. Coming along here, you can see we have a bridge and an elevator. And I added some little greenery in these places, got rid of all the junk and garbage that was in there and kind of snazzed it up a little bit. And so normally the apartment sign is up there, but now this is the general store where you can get some guns and ammo. And so what I did with this one is I basically wanted to keep the original look of the actual building that was here. So using Snappy Builds, Snappy Housekit, whatever, I just found the same matching parts basically and put them together. You can see how you can see in these, but you can't because this is the one that's normally here and this is the one that I put in place. Same thing with the fronts here, even got some nice glass instead of the broken windows there. And so in here we have a very bright little general store that has a little bit of everything. We have clothing and ammo, guns, lots and lots of guns and weapons and, as I said, ammunition, and then of course we have general store stuff where you can get blast radius and a typewriter and whatnot. And we do have a helpful person here, but can't interact with any of this stuff. It's all purely for decoration. Same thing with all of this junk, all decorative. This is just a room that had to build because of the way the spaces were with the, I don't know, the original interior of this. There was a door here, but it didn't lead anywhere. Like, you actually could not open it. And so I decided to make this into kind of a little storage closet. And if you see, you can actually see some of the glitched texture still kind of sitting there. So whatever, it serves its purpose. And so yeah, now we have ourselves another guard tower. These guys are supposed to be standing up here, but in true Bethesda form, they kind of glitched through, and I didn't bother to fix them right before I made the video because, whatever, it wouldn't be a Spooner D Bethesda video without a whole bunch of glitches. So up here, as I said, we do have an elevator which leads to Uptown and a bridge. But we're not going to go there. I am actually going to head right on over to the other section, and we're going to see some of the other districts, and I will meet you there. Alright, here we are at the beginning again. This is over where the main entrance is, and as I pointed out in the beginning of the video, we do have our other two districts that are down here. This is the Hangman's Alley district and the Tunnel district, both leading over this way. As you can see, Hangman's Alley is actually kind of closed off because it is its own little community, I guess you can say, and you know, Hangman's with a Z. Why the heck not? Because maybe, you know, everybody forgot how to spell. Another entryway here that normally is closed off, but you know, the NPCs open them up all the time. So let's go ahead and open up to Hangman's Alley. As you can see, we've got quite a bit going on here, but we're not going to go that way just yet. We're going to be heading to the Tunnel District. You might be wondering, what in the world is that? Yeah, like I said, I kind of went crazy and found all these nice little buildable areas, and so we're going to go ahead and tour that. As you can see, we do have a lot of coverage up over in here for when it rains, and a lot of fog and smoke, which I will explain when the time comes. So let's head on over to the Tunnel District. So down over here, we actually do have a tunnel that is normally in the game. And I tried to make it look like these were signs that people just kind of mishmashed together. This one is pointing towards a tunnel at 66th Street or something, and they kind of covered it up and said, "Welcome to the Tunnel District." All of this was pieced together through various different mods and different walls and whatnot. Yeah, so, who killed the world? Yeah, I kind of put that up there too. All the mods that I use are in the description below. I highly, recommend all of them. So anyway, before we even get into the Tunnel District, we do have our little entryway over here as well. They do kind of have their own little private way to get in there all the way from over here. So if you came in this way, you got a couple of guards here. We do have a doctor who should be at her post, but she's not, because that's just the way this game goes. Built a little house over here, got ourselves a nice little nifty bed, and you know, the basics. Got ourselves a little stove over there to help keep warm. Same thing kind of over here. We have our little fireplace with stove and some victuals cooking. And, basic bed and chair. This is definitely not a place for people with a lot of caps. So, now we are actually going to enter the Tunnel District. We have our little boxcar door that opens up, and we are greeted with some little hanging cloth curtains that are kind of glitching. I mean, that's as close as I could get them to make them look realistic without them being too far away. But, they sway in the breeze. That's kind of cool. So I decided to build a bus house. We actually do have some little plant holders here, and inside here we have, somebody's pair of shoes. They got themselves a stove for keeping warm, a stove for cooking, and nice little kitchen table to sit at, and apparently they are very fond of mini nukes. Going to be building their own, I guess. Got a basic bed and basic couch. There is actually supposed to be a pet cat in here, but you know, he kind of glitched and should be somewhere down. Whoops, my game does not like that, I guess. Oh man, what a glitchy video. Anyway, he's kind of glitched through the floor. He's just, you know, hanging out in there. Whatever. Right over here we have ourselves a bar with a little bartender and a nice little place to sit and, you know, get warm and get warm, I guess. Bathroom stall door leads to a little tiny little shack, nothing special. We do have the Armory and Guns Emporium. Got ourselves a...
As honest work gets.
Yeah, whatever. We have our little guard right here, and again, there's supposed to be somebody here at the store, but, you know, they tend to wander. And basic, you know, guns and ammo and clothing, whatever. I tried to make this, as you can see, as, I don't know, shabby and shacky as possible. Actually, there's our guy right there glitching through the floor. Way to go, Bethesda. So further on down into the tunnel, we have ourselves another little house. This one. There we go, I got the door right this time. Actually do have like a little RV camper thingy going on here with a couch and bed and some cabinets and a little stove that actually is pushing out some smoke. If you hadn't noticed that, we'll take another quick look at that. And there you go, it's actually got a little smoke puffing out of there, so absolutely love stuff like that. Gotta have all the little details. So if you've never been down here, this is, you know, right around the corner basically from Hangman's Alley. There is actually a little guy that hangs out down here. Before we see him, got ourselves another little general store. Built ourselves some docks so that we can actually keep the people out of the water. But again, Hangman's Alley, if you come down this way, this guy lives down in here, and up to about where this this guy is right here. That's all his. This is what he built, and this is where he lives and hangs out all the time. And I felt kind of sorry for the guy, so I built him a little walkway so that he can keep his feet dry. He is kind of technically in my settlement, like he is registered now as a settler because of how big this place is, but I cannot command him to do anything at all. And I even built him a little seat here with a fishing pole so we could you know, maybe try to catch some dinner, who knows. Got ourselves another door, and down in here we have ourselves some power generation, little, you know, thing going on here with some water, and we actually can sort of come in here and see the generator and whatnot. Again, love little stuff like this that kind of adds to the lore, and I know there's not really much of a current here to do that, but it looks kind of cool. Same thing up here. We got our sign that I just kind of stuck up there, and then did the tunnel district with a little arrow pointing in, and I guess again we have some more turrets hanging out up there. So now we are going to head back towards Hangman's Alley. This is one of my favorite things I actually built, was this tunnel district and the Hangman's Alley. Like I said, I put a lot of time into designing these. I just had this whole big idea as what you're seeing here in my mind, and I'm so glad I finally was able to get it to come to fruition. Same thing in here, we have some tarps to cover everything so that they can sort of keep dry. And so back over here, we are now about to enter Hangman's Alley. We got burn barrels everywhere to help keep this place lit up. Got ourselves a nice little bar right here. And we actually do have some signs, let me see. Nothing back here, okay. Some signs saying, you know, hey, welcome to all traders. And then, of course, over here we have some real warning signs. You know, they decided to hang these bodies and keep them up there to warn people that no synths, institutes, gunners, ghouls, or robots allowed. And, yeah, synth detection services. 97% accurate, and for all we know, maybe they are synths, who knows. But decided to leave them there because they definitely fit into the lore. And so yeah, over here again we have the bar, and Doctor's getting drunk. Hope she's not operating today. Over here, nice another little poor man's shack. Got some tarps hanging up and simple little bed. So now here's your actual grand view of Hangman's Alley, as best as we can see. Because like I said, this place is just stuffed full. Over here we got ourselves a nice little house again, another little stove, and how would you like that? A nice hot stove right next to the toilet, so that in winter time you are nice and toasty as you're doing your business. Somebody's been fishing around in there. Anyway, we got ourselves a nice little house here. shack. They've even got their firewood. This, I don't know what I had planned for it. I just kind of stuck a greenhouse sign in there because initially was going to maybe try to turn it into one or put some plants in there, but none of it really seemed to make sense. So I just kind of left it as abandoned, basically. As you can see, we still have all of our roof coverage going on down in here as best as we possibly can. And we do have a car that this actually is interactive with NPCs. If they do come over, if they have nothing to do, they will come over and start welding on this thing. So over here we have our way to Uptown, guarded by a couple of really nasty, gnarly people that will not let you in unless you are summoned by somebody from Uptown. So
Killing beats stealing any day.
if you want to get in there, you can see there's the elevator that leads up there, but we'll not be heading there just quite yet. Over here we have the workshop workbench thingy-majiggy, and I just kind of gave it a little more coverage there. I think I had thought of maybe turning this into some sort of blacksmith or something, but just decided to leave it as is. We do have a motel that we will be going to check out very momentarily. Over here we have the business district of Hangman's Alley. Got ourselves a general store, a drug store for, all your fun needs and whatnot. Another little tiny shack home hanging out in here with another fireplace, and we have some people that apparently garden while levitating, so I don't know. I got nothing. So I was originally going to turn this into a back way of getting into the general store, but I kind of wanted to keep everything separate, segregated. The people from Uptown get to go to the dockside area and visit the shops and whatnot, and these people are kind of like not really allowed to, I guess, and so decided to close it off and turn it into one little tiny room. Over here we have some more farming, and we do have a farmer's market. Actually, we do have the person here. How about that? And yeah, now we are on the back side of the apartment building. I originally had left this door here as like kind of a secret way for these people to get in and out, but then just decided to try to seal it off and put a different wall in there to keep them from doing that, because they kept opening it and then walking away. And it didn't look so secret anymore, so... But I guess I must have had a corrupt save or something and kind of forgot to replace that. So anyway, this building here normally is always here, but I took it apart panel by panel and replaced it with stuff from Snappy Build so that I can actually get into it. I hadn't really decided what I was going to do with it initially, and then it just kind of seemed fitting to maybe turn it into an old rundown, crappy motel. So down here we have the ice machine, and we have a bar with... do have some debris falling, which this is something I did that we'll talk about just momentarily. So there was supposed to be a bartender in here, but this is an off-limits, out-of-bounds area, and I could not get any NPCs to actually come in here and stay in here. You can see the little mat down there. I'd put them in, and then as soon as I'd walk away and come back, they would be glitched out here and just kind of standing there, walking into the wall. There's only so much you can do, and of course then he turns me into a liar. So, I don't know how he's able to get in here, but the other ones weren't, but I decided to make him, manager of the motel here. So, yes, I wanted to keep this as very run down as possible, so I put in all these, like, falling apart floors. You can see the rebar and concrete there with some of it falling on the ground. We got this pillar that's was supposed to be supporting it, but now is kind of fallen apart, and so we're going to see a lot more of that as we go on. Here's the upper view. You can see they just kind of laid some carpet and plywood down to kind of cover it. We had a wall here that, excuse me, the doorway was falling apart, so they just kind of slapped some metal up against it. And then inside, every room is just kind of very, very basic. You get sort of a toilet and a sink and a bed. And that's about it. You might have holes in your walls where your neighbors can see you, and you might not. You might even have holes in the ceiling. So I tried to make each room kind of individual in that sense as to like what is wrong with it and what isn't wrong with it. This one's very similar to the other one with the same shared hole in the wall and crappy toilet, sink, and basic bed. I mean, this is really just kind of a place where anybody can come and lay their head, and especially if you're trying to hide. So up here you can see we have another hole in the floor. Their way of fixing it was just to kind of shove a pallet down there and We got some more debris that's fallen from up there that just kind of lays here, and we've got some plywood just kind of covering things so that people can actually get around. Coming here, another basic little setup, similar toilet, sink, and bed, and we do have some ceiling fans, so they at least get something, you know, some sort of luxury, I guess. And in here we do have holes in our floors, and this one actually looks like the bed might be able to fall into that hole sometime soon. And again, kind of the same, just basic necessities. And then up here we do have some major holes covered up by some corrugated steel and some more plywood, and we have some holes all up in the ceilings. It took a lot of time to really put all this together to make it fit into the way that I wanted to make it look as shabby as I possibly could. We even have a very, very nasty, dirty toilet there. And in here, kind of a similar thing where we have some holes in the floors and a toilet that's almost complete. Well, complete, but not all together. I mean, you know, what do you expect? So, there you go. This is our shabby motel. And this was an awesome labor of love. Like, I don't know how the idea just popped into my head. I think I was looking through all my different assets from my different mods, and just happened to come across like some of this type of stuff, and it just kind of popped in my head, and I was like, oh, we should do a nice little shabby motel or something. Okay, so now there's actually one more layer to Hangman's Alley. If you remember the entryway, we had some stairs kind of hanging out up here. This is something I always wanted to do too with this place, because it's normally so small that I wanted to be able to build up without interfering with the upper layers up there. And it just always seemed kind of like it should have levels, I guess you can say. So up here I built a whole bridge and walkway thing. We do have supports like as janky as can possibly be that help hold this thing up. And it actually does lead places. We do have some houses up here. These are people that maybe they're a little better off than the people down in Hangman's Alley and the Tunnel District. You know, they get to live a little bit above the smoky layer. I mean, mostly anyway. Another little house here, basic amenities. And then this is kind of the king house, the guy with I guess the most caps down in this district. He actually has a TV. You can turn that on. Got his own little separate actual bathroom with a tub. He's even got a fireplace. I mean, nobody down there has anything like that. Nice little kitchen area, nice big bed, even though they're still kind of crappy. But whatever, it fits and it works and adds to the mystique of the whole place. So now if you notice the layer of smoke, this was put in there by me, obviously, because this is not normally here. This was done to kind of create, again, a little bit of separation between Uptown and the people down in the alley. And I actually was inspired by the movie The Fifth Element, when he first meets Lilu and he goes to hide with his cab. He decides to hide in the fog, and so that's kind of what I want to create here, that you know, everything's all nice and shiny and sunny up there, and then you go down into the fog and you're greeted with all this kind of fun stuff. So now we are going to head into Uptown. We're actually going to see what's going on up there. Go ahead and open our door, and we are going to call our quarry elevator to come on down. And of course, as I mentioned before, we do have guards that if you ever try to get up there without being invited, they will bust a cap in you, basically. I don't know why I said that. I can't pull that off. I apologize. So anyway, yes, as you can see, we start to ascend and we break free of the smog and the smoke and all that fun stuff. And now we're going to get our first real good view of what Uptown looks like. I spent a lot of time putting this together. I had to tear it apart probably about 100 times because I just was not happy with the direction things were going and trying to keep everything nicely lined up. So up here we do have our nice little fences with our little gas lights keeping the whole place lit up. We have our stone buildings, stone walkways, stone everything. Again, this is the place for all the well-to-do people. Got our nice little bridge here. This is multiple pieces. The bridge itself is from the Nuka World Transit Center, and then I added in all these pillars and decorations and whatnot. So the first building we're about to go into is kind of a museum slash theater. So if we come over here, we actually do have a fully fledged theater, complete with spotlights and a stage, so that the actors can come on here and do their little ditty, and people can sit and watch and cheer and have a good time. Got ourselves a ticket booth, and over here we just have ourselves a little museum section. This building was actually the hardest building for me to figure out what to do with. I built it way, way, way ahead of time when I first started building here, and left it empty until the very end when I could finally figure out something to do with it. So I decided to make a little museum where I keep all the arts and antiquities and whatnot. And yes, you can actually drink this water. And kind of stinks that the mod itself like extends out so far, so you always get that kind of popping up in your view. But whatever. Got ourselves a little rear balcony here for when you want to come out here and get some fresh air. Doesn't really lead much of anywhere. Just kind of gives you some views of downtown Boston. And so yeah, we have more art pieces in here, different things from all over the place. Even got ourselves a chip in a bottle, which that's one of those glitchy things that like I can't get next to it because it takes up a weird space. I don't know why, but got a giant head. A big giant head from Third Rock of the Sun, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, more art stuff all over the place, and decided to give this, as nice a decoration as possible to really make it seem, hoity-toity, I guess you can say. So if we keep on heading on down this way, we get to the section where the other bridge and elevator are. Don't really know why exactly I decided to do this, just other than I really wanted to use bridges to connect all the buildings together, and wanted to kind of give this another purpose too, to put this elevator here so that these people can get down to the dockside and also to the store. If you're wondering about the gates here, this is kind of an emergency evacuation in case they ever really did get overtaken and people were coming up here. They can escape this way and just kind of hop down here, and boom, they're off into this alley and taken off to safety. So yes, I did a lot of planning with this place. I really, really thought it out. So heading back over here, we have a house, because there are people that do live up here. Got ourselves a really funky entryway here, and we actually do have a person in here. How about
buy
that?
and sell. Just put up everything you got, and let's see if we can make a deal.
Yeah, he's probably supposed to be in one of my stores or bars, and whatever. So anyway, got ourselves a nice little bathroom in here. We have our bedroom and kind of living room and kitchen. This is kind of a studio house, I guess you can say. Heading back over this way, now we're actually going to head on over the bridge, get to the rest of Uptown community. This bridge I was so excited to see because when I first played the Nuka World DLC and I saw this bridge, I thought, like, how cool would that be to be able to use it, and now I actually can. I think I was able to get this through the mod S'mores. Really, really awesome mod. Has a lot of really cool unlocked stuff like this. So, heading over here, as you can see, we do have kind of a little deck lounge over here with a bunch of lights, which I will do a little nighttime scene so you can see this whole place lit up. Over here, we have another residency. Got ourselves a little waiting area, a little kitchen and dining area. Our little breakfast nook right over here. Then down this way we have our bedroom and our bathroom. Nice open walls, in a sense, I guess you can say. Kind of keeps everything open and free-flowing. And this is the same map that was over in the museum, just severely downsized. We even have a little wardrobe that, well, I thought we could open the doors on that one, but apparently not. Whatever. So anyway, yes, another one of our houses. Again, we have the glass ceilings because it's just cool. I don't know. Why not, So, headed down this way. Funny thing is you can actually glitch through this. That's just part of the game. I don't know why they didn't make this into a solid thing. Like, you can actually fall through it. Now I'm inside it, and then boom, I'm out of it. Anyway, put some stairwell down over here because this leads to our really, really big building. Initially, this was going to be another residence, but I decided to kind of turn this into, I don't know, secret society men's club type thing. So open our door. We got our little skull there. Maybe it's the skull and bones. Who knows? Come in here. This is where you deposit your shoes, hats, and umbrellas, and inside is just kind of just a lounge area. You just have a bunch of seating areas, some tables to set down your sniffer brandy and whatnot, and a couple of couches, and we got our stairwell that leads up here to the next level with dining room where they can sit and eat and discuss how they're going to try to, I don't know, take over the world again, like Pinky and the Brain. And here's the kitchen where the staff cook all their hard to manage meals and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, it kind of turned it into, I don't know, like I said, secret society, gentlemen's club, something along those lines. Not the type with ladies that take off their clothes. Get your minds out of the gutter. So yes, we do have a saloon hanging up here. Come in here, we got ourselves a bar. We actually have bar menus and register and all that stuff, and some seating, and can't do any music because I don't want to get any copyrights, but you know, same type of decorations that you would normally see in a bar setting, you know, roosters, rum, and everybody's got some drinks and some cookies. Then if you head out here, got ourselves a nice little balcony that overlooks all of the dockside there. And then if we head up the stairs, we get to our nice little lounge. I decided to go nuts with the lights here and did all these blue quantum lamp, I don't know, Christmassy, lighty typey thingies. Actually, I was going to use SOE to put a whole bunch of extra blue lighting in here, but it just kind of seemed to be overkill. So I decided to let these lights, you know, do their own thing. So there we go. Hop over that. And yes, there's still more to explore. So down over there, saloon. Come over this way, we actually have a little doctor's office down here. This is where that doctor lady is supposed to be, but of course she is not. She is supposed to be right here behind this counter. And down over here, we just have some simple med bay beds and some, you know, decorations with all types of stuff there. So we got our bandages and Radaway, and here we come to our last house. They have their own little balcony over here. Is this a house? I think this is a house. I don't remember what I did. Yes, it is a house. Okay. Alright. In here, got ourselves a little kitchenette, couple of seats, and nice bedroom and bathroom. And they got one of the nicest views. They can see pretty much everything from everywhere in this entire place. And that was one heck of a long tour. Like I said, I went crazy with building this place. There was so much in it with all the space that I had to build in, and every time I started doing one thing, it kind of inspired me to do another, and I just kept going and going and going. And as Bob Ross would say, you know, eventually you have to stop somewhere. You don't piddle it to death, and that's kind of what I was doing. Is every time I'd turn around, I'd see something that I wanted to change, and just kept throwing more and more and more into it, and I don't know. I'm completely happy with it. So before we do anything, let's get into the cheat terminal. And let's change the time of day so you can see what this place looks like at night. Go to alterations, world, and let's set our time to, I don't know, maybe 3 a.m. or something. That should be dark enough. Alright, let's see. How do we do? There we go. And now you can see how everything's all lit up. Got their little bar lounge area here, all nicely done in very, very light blue. Like I said, I was going to use SOE to kind of add more to it, but it just seemed so overkill and unrealistic. I didn't want it to be like one big giant blue beacon kind of hanging out there. And if we look down here, we do actually have some orange lighting. I did use SOE to put orange lighting down there to kind of make the fog and the whole area glow orange, so that it looked very realistic with all these burn barrels down here. So that's pretty much what you're seeing, is like all these orange lights are basically from SOE. These little, if I bring it up, you can probably find one in here, see them somewhere. There they are. There's the little guy right there. As you can see, I can take it, move it around, and turn anything I want orange. Very, very, very helpful in creating moods and atmospheres. I was hoping it would do a little more to make the fog look orangey, but all you really kind of get is some of the bleed through. Unfortunately, but you know, the game's not perfect. You can't expect everything to react the way that you really truly want it to. And so yes, even down here we do have a whole bunch of lighting that I put in. You can really see these glowing during the day. We do have the Christmas lights and the little police lights kind of doing their thing to entice people to come. And we're actually going to go start up the Ferris wheel here so you can actually see what this looks like when it's doing its own thing. Actually, yeah, we can do it here. There we go. So yeah, that thing's got its own little lights on it too that kind of go, and not as, I don't know, Christmassy or rainbowy or eye-catching as you would expect. You know, you'd think it would have a whole bunch of like blinky rainbow lights or something, but whatever. So if you're wondering like how many times does that go around, it'll just go around once. You start out in the bottom car there, and it goes around one whole time until you come all the way back around. So there you have it. There is Hangman's Alley gone nuts. Now you can see the whole grand scale of this this build of mine. I took over basically the whole entire area, and the reason why I call it the Fens is because if I save anywhere outside of Hangman's Alley, that's the name of the save title. Of course, you can see my game's glitching a little there off in the distance, and don't know what's causing that. Probably because I have just way too much stuff in here. Who knows? And whatever. It is what it is, but there you go. I hope you all enjoyed episode number 50 for settlements anyway. Got plenty more coming your way. I'm going to be doing a couple more videos, some tutorials, as well as I'm going to be showcasing some of my favorite mods so that some of you that are really curious about some of the things that I build and where they come from, you'll actually get a chance to see some of what my favorite mods are and what they really are capable of. I know there are videos out there kind of similar to that, but sometimes they only touch on like one or two things. I want to try to really focus on a whole bunch of them and really give you some in-depth tours of what some of these mods are really, really capable of doing. If you guys got any requests for any famous locations or any places you want me to build, or you want to challenge me to try to build something, try to keep it realistic, I am more than willing to take on some challenges. Until next time, don't get irradiated.